Give me a chair. Take your coat off, lad. Have a seat.
Thank you for seeing me, Mr. Gibson. I've been looking for you for a while.
Well, how can I help you?
Well, you don't know me, Mr. Gibson, but I believe you knew my brother, and I'd just like to know a bit more about him. This was taken on him on his first leave home.
No, I don't think I know him. Oh my God, it's Fred Carter.
Bill, whatever's the matter? What's wrong?
Please leave, everyone. Please go. Please go. Please go. No, not you, Walt. I want to talk to you.
Goodbye, Mr. Gibson. Are you sure you'll be all right then?
I'll be fine. Thanks, Beatty.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gibson. I didn't want to cause any upset.
You've no upset me, lad. Just a bit of a shock seeing him again after all these years. He said he had a brother. I remember him saying he'd got a younger brother. Said he hoped he'd keep out of trouble. So that would be you?
Yeah, that was me.
So what do you want from me, Walter?
Well, I want to know what happened. I want the truth. You see, Mother died about a year ago, and when me and my wife went to clear out all the stuff, we found this letter. I didn't know anything about it. She'd never shown it to me before. She always said our Fred died hero, died in battle. And of course I believed her. Father never came back from the war. He died in Palestine from dysentery. So he wouldn't have known anything about what happened to our Fred. But you knew me, brother. And I want to know, what was he like over there? And why did it end the way it did for him? Would you like to read it?
My dearest mother, father and Walter, I hope by now you will have had the news. I am sorry for the trouble I have caused you and father. I tried to be strong, to keep my wits about me, but it was all too much. In your eyes, I have disgraced our good name, and for this, I am paying the ultimate price. I hope in time you will all forgive me and understand my reasoning. I'm not a coward, not like they say, but if that's what it is deemed to be, then who am I to tell it differently? Bill Gibson was a good mate. He looked after me that very first time I went over the top. Captain Stubbs is with me, so I'm not alone, and I thank God for that. He's very kind and is helping me to write this letter. We've said a prayer, and I feel better now, quite calm in fact. Like a heavy weight's being lifted. But this time will pass, and one day there will be peace, a time when no more innocent blood will be spilt. Maybe then you will think kindly of me. The sun is coming up now. It's nearly time. I'm not scared, but sad for all of you that I will never see you again. I am sorry for bringing dishonour upon you all. May God bless and protect you all now and forevermore. Try to forget my faults and remember me only as your very loving son. Please forgive me. Fred.
What do I tell them when they seek me out? How did you find me?
I took it to the battalion. They showed me some papers and I asked if you knew you. They told me that you survived the war and you were living here in this town. It was quite easy after that. Your wife didn't want me to come here in case it caused any upset. In fact, she wants me to forget about our Fred, but I can't. I need to know for my own peace of mind. I want to know everything about him, what he was like, and why it ended up like it did. I just want to know about my brother.
I did know Fred. He came to us as a new recruit when we were on the Somme. I'd been there some time, but he was new to it all. Didn't know what to expect. He believed the same lies we all have. He was a good lad. Too young. We all were for that hellhole.
Well, what happened? Did he fight?
Yeah. He fought. We'd been in that trench some time. All of us were tired, nervous, knew what was going to happen. The shelling had been terrible. We'd all seen men die by our sides or shot by snipers. Fred hadn't, he was new to it all. But in the hour before we went over the top, he realised what was going to happen. We were all scared, each and every one of us. Fred, he was terrified. You get this shaking in your stomach that won't stop. Your whole body starts to tremble. You feel sick. Fred, he could hardly stand up. I had to grab hold of him. Said, come with me, we'll go over together, we'll go over together. And he came with me, went over together. And there were men falling everywhere, bullets flying past. Men shouting, screaming, shells exploding. It was chaos. But we carried on. Then a shell exploded close by. Knocked me out. Knocked me into a hole. When I came to, I realised I'd been hit in the leg with some shrapnel. I managed to crawl out of the hole. But by then Fred had gone. Some stretcher lads came along a bit later on and took me to hospital. I never heard any more about Fred till much later, when I was told he'd been put on a charge for desertion.
So, it was true what the battalion told me. Our Fred was a coward, a deserter, and that's why he got shot.
Fred was no coward! There was nothing in that place, only death. He enlisted to fight for his country, went into battle, faced the enemy. He was no more a coward than we all were. Just just a lad, so scared he didn't know what he was doing. He got lost in the smoke and chaos, confused by all the noise. He ran the wrong way. He just ran the wrong way.
Yeah, but he was killed by his own battalion.
Yes, he was, Walter. I remember that morning, very clear in my mind. I saw the dawn come up that day.
So, you were there? Did you see Alfred before they shot him?
Yes, I saw it. Oh, God, I haven't shot him!
No.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. There were three of us, mate, in that shooting party. Me, James Holt and Albert Tomlinson. If we could have got out of doing what we had to do that morning, we'd have done so gladly. But we couldn't. We had to do it. He was brave, that lad, when they brought him out. Knew what was going to happen. Seemed to have resigned himself to his fate. He was calm and had an acceptance of it all. He even smiled at us as the Sarge tied him to the post. He looked up to the sky. I think he was saying a prayer. He panicked a bit when they put the blindfold on him. But he stood straight and still when we fired. I killed him, Walter. I'm really sorry that I did. I've had to live with this guilt all my life. All my mates died out there. I should have gone with them. I can't bloody
Mr. Gibson, let me tell you about Alfred. He was full of fun. He liked to laugh. And he was always partially on trouble. But I loved him. He was my best friend. He used to fight army battles for me and always won. So when the war started, he couldn't wait to join up and fight. When his uniform come, he tried it on for anybody that admired him in it, and there were plenty that did. I will never forget that morning. He marched off as proud as a peacock, and when he got to the end of the street, he waved before he turned the corner. A young man, his life ahead of him, fighting for a cause. But then, he come home on leave. He changed. He wasn't Alfred anymore. The war had got hold of him. The night before he was due back, I heard him crying and whimpering in his sleep. And then on the morning, he said his goodbyes. And then he come over to Mother and me and give us both a big hug, something he'd never ever done before. It's as if he knew he wasn't coming back. And I think Mother felt it too. Then later on, we got a letter saying he died. Mother cried for days. She always told me he died in battle, but now I know the truth. And I've got to thank you for that, Mr. Gibson.
Oh, sorry, Walter. I shouldn't have told you. Forgive me.
You've done nothing to be forgiven for. Whatever happened, Fred's still a hero to me. It wasn't you who killed him, or your friends. It was a war that did that, and you were only a part of it. You'd have saved every one of them if you could have, but you couldn't. If you don't mind me saying so, Mr. Gibson, I think it's time you left the past where it is. The ones you left behind suffered for a short time. You suffered all your life. And our Fred wouldn't have wanted that. Well, I'll be on my way now, Mr. Gibson, but I'll come back again. That's if you don't mind.
I'd like that, Walter. And Walter, thank you.
Goodbye, Mr. Gibson. See you soon.
Better tell him right, Fred. You were brave, all of you. I think Walter's right. It's a long time ago, and I've been offered a new life with my daughter. Been given a second chance. Can't turn it down, lads. But I can't take you with me this time, lads. I'll keep me good memories, and I'll never forget you. But it's time to leave the past where it is. I ain't to stand down, lads. Time to stand down.
You alright, Dad? What's that for?
Oh, for us, lads. Something I've wanted to do these many a long year, and now I can. Can I stay with you for a day or two, lads? Get to know you all properly.
Of course you can, Dad. That'd be lovely.
Then I will. But there's somewhere I need to go. Somewhere I haven't been that I should have done. I'd like to go now. Would that be okay?
Of course it can, Dad.
Then I will. My suitcase is in the hallway.
Okay.
I've got everything I need now.